Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2025 Manhattan Midyear Real Estate Report. This is based on year-on-year data from July 24 to June 25. I'm Robb here, and
Yep, I'm Gareth John, the research analyst for the firm.
all right. This report is going to be divided into two segments. There'll be two separate reports. We're going to do the townhouse report. Separately, we'll do the condominium report. Both reports, however, are kind of divided up in the same way. They're based on Upper Manhattan only. Harlem Lofts has 30 years experience in Upper Manhattan. We've sold over 400 million in condos and townhouses in Upper Manhattan. And we are the company with the most detailed knowledge of the Upper Manhattan market. Our sales team here is myself, Gareth, Bestar, and then we have social media and administrative, Jemima and Semaine, who are killing it, by the way. Great job getting us out there in social media. When we market your property, a little advertisement here, we send it out to 5,000 buyers that have been in our database. They're real buyers that have been in our office and looked at our properties. Daily feeds out to social media. Our YouTube channel has been going on since COVID, so for 5 years now. Very well received. We have a lot of followers, and your social media daily campaigns go out with your property. So that is what sets us apart from others. Thank you for letting us do a little advertisement there. So part one of the report, as always, we cover these 12 zip codes that you see. The green is above Central Park. The yellow is the areas that we don't cover because they border a river or a park, and it makes the data kind of construes the data a bit. We focus on 1 and 2 family homes, 3 family investment properties, or 3, 4, 5 family, which we call investment properties, and we also focus on SROs. Getting down into the nitty gritty, Gareth's team has done a lot of reports, a lot of work on this. They do it daily. Gareth, I'll let you take over on the sales volume and so forth.
Okay, thank you, Rob. So let's look at starting off the number of sales in the 12 zip codes of Upper Manhattan and townhouse volume. That's the total volume in dollar amounts of sales. They're shown here for the past 7 years. 2018 to 19 is on the left. 2024 to 25 is on the right. You can see that in 2020 to 2021, there was a dip in sales and volume due to COVID. There was a rebound in 2021 to 22, and then sales normalized in 2022 to 23, and in fact dropped because of increasing interest rates. They are now slowly recovering. We're back up to 87 sales in the past 12 months, year on year. But as you'll see, while sales are going up, prices have come down. So we've seen 12% increase in sales and an 11% increase in volume in the past 12 months. Okay, let's look at prices, average prices and price per square foot. Prices reasonably stable till about 2021-22. They started to come down, and they've come down 15 to 20% since 2021 to 22. That's really due to increased interest rates and increased competition that has resulted from that change. If we look at average sale prices by class, so Rob mentioned residential, rental investment, and SRO properties, SROs being old boarding houses. Those are really renovation investment properties. You can see that prices dropped in 2022 to 23 as interest rates went up. That was most noticeable in the residential market, also to a lesser extent in the rental investment market. SRO prices stayed reasonably stable. For one, they were low to start with, and secondly, SROs can be used for short-term rentals legally, and that kind of stabilized the prices. As you can see here, left-hand graph, the blue and orange lines, especially residential average sale prices have started to come back, but they haven't really hit the levels that they were at pre-interest rate kind of hikes. Okay, if we look at sales by property by market segment, gray here is residential, blue is rental investment, and dark blue is SROs. You can see that as interest rates hit, so once again 2018 to 19 is on the left, 2024 to 25 is on the right. You can see that as interest rate hikes hit, the percentage of residential sales decreased. Residential properties generally have the highest prices, the mortgages the largest. Interest rate hikes will hit those the hardest. As interest rates have come down, the residential sector has regained market share. Okay, so the previous slides have shown market history, the number of sales, price per square foot. We pay particularly close attention to market status, and that allows us to not only evaluate where the market is, but also to predict where the market is likely to go, which is critically important for our clients. Any prediction is a best estimate and subject to market forces, of course. We do our best.
You'll get one at the end of this video.
A crystal ball. Okay, let's look at where the market's going. So starting with inventory. So in 2022, interest rates went up, and as a result, sales went down, inventory increased, competition went up. That resulted in price discounts by about 15 to 20% across the board. Sellers adjusted to demand. As prices came down and interest rates came down, sales have increased. The number of listings in contract has increased. So the market is recovering. It's a slow recovery, but it is recovering, and you'll see that in the following graphs. Okay, inventory, you can see right here. I'm going to move this over to this side. Okay, you can see that inventory went up in 2022 as interest rates went up, number of sales decreased, and competition increased, and prices came down. The inventory has fluctuated seasonally. It goes down in the winter, it goes up in the spring and the summer. Right now we're at 101. It's about average for the seasonal adjustment, so about right for this time of year. Okay, the percentage of properties with discounts, that's this graph. You can see once again in mid to late 2022, as interest rates went up, so once again sales went down, competition increased, and the number of properties with discounts increased. So sellers adjusted their strategy to cope with the increased competition in the market. You can see that as interest rates have eased and prices have dropped, the number of discounts from listings entering the market have dropped, currently standing at about 45%. Okay, if we look at listings in contracts and sales by price, so listings are on the left, in contract in the center, and sales on the right. If we look at the left hand side of each of these three graphs is the less than 2 million sector of the market. Then you've got 2 to 3 million, 3 to 4 million, and over 4 million. You can see, and it's especially noticeable in the center and right hand graphs, in contract and sales, both of those graphs, you can see that the market is dominated by properties under $3 million. 19 of the 20 properties currently in contract are under 3 million, and 77 properties that have sold out of 87 in the past 12 months below 3 million. It's particularly the properties under 2 million. So that's the real bargains, the fixer-uppers, the ones where there's value that can be added to the property. Okay, so out of let's look at listings by price and price per square foot. Out of 101 listings, currently 70% are priced below 3 million of the 20 listings in contract. 95%, that's 19, as I mentioned, are under 3 million, and 89% of the townhouses sold in the past 12 months are under 3 million, with most selling for under 2 million. What that tells us is that the lower end of the market is driving the recovery. Okay, and then finally in the townhouse sector here, let's look at turnover. That is the percentage, the number of sales as a percent of the inventory on the market. So that tells what percentage of the properties on the market are selling every month. Currently at 13.9%. You can see starting in probably late 2023, you can see there's fluctuation, but you can see a gradual increase in turnover, and that's the market recovering, albeit driven by the lower end properties. Okay, so to summarize, the market faced higher interest rates in 2022 to 23. Discounts and rate cuts are fueling a recovery. It's a slow recovery, but it is occurring. Prices are down since 2018 across the board. The recovery is driven by sales under 3 million, especially under $2 million. Buyers and sellers are pretty much on the same page these days, which is good. And as you can probably tell, we track and predict the patterns carefully. It's very important for our clients that we give them the information that they need. Okay, Rob, your market outlook.
So if you guys watch we try to do weekly updates, which is really difficult, but Gareth's team is on it every Monday morning. So watch the weekly updates and definitely the monthly updates. If you saw this week's monthly update that I do, you will see that the outlook is pretty clear. Same outlook. The end users, the buyers that are going to be living in the homes, those sales prices are going up, and the amount of sales are going up finally after 3 or 4 months of the fixer-uppers being the leaders. And I think it's just tracking in that direction. And I think in September, what you're going to see is the 1 and 2 family homes, and the people that are actually moving into Harlem are going to start buying these beautiful properties that have been on the market for the summer. And you're going to see the prices will start to go up, and the sales volume will go up on the residential, what we call residential properties, the 1 and 2 family homes. So that's my prediction. I think most of the good deals for developers have been eaten up over the past 6 months, and now the end users see that the great properties that have been on the market are priced competitively. They're down 15%. So you're going to see people grab some really nice inventory in September and October. So have a good August, and we will see you. We'll do the condo report next, but we'll see you, if this is the only one you're watching for today, we'll see you in August, or actually early September. Bye-bye.
Very good.
Thanks, Gareth.
Okay.